I know, right? What's my name?
What's whose name?
The
Say
life.
my name.
The one that's been giving him life, putting life in him.
There you go.
How'd you and him meet?
We met at the park.
Mm.
We went to the
Dog.
nail salon.
So isn't that like the plot for like Legally Blonde 2, where there's the two dogs that like fell in love with each other, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a congressman." He's like, "Oh no shit, that's my dog, and I'm a lawyer. I'm trying to get in contact with you." You know,
I vaguely remember that movie right there.
Yeah, I gotta see.
I just remember that scene because I've seen that more recently because of TikTok clips rather than actually seeing that freaking movie.
I do remember it was good though. I gotta see it again.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that was a Sandra Bullock movie. Like,
oh, Sandra Bullock's
Like
in there?
she did
Yeah.
directed it, right? Or was she in it?
no wait, am I thinking the wrong movie then? Isn't Sandra Bullock in?
Are you
Legally?
talking about Miss Congeniality?
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking about. Never mind.
It's all right.
Never mind.
You tried.
That's
though.
that's a different thing altogether, bro.
I don't
I
want to
know.
throw out the R word. I'm just saying, not all white
R
people
word.
look alike.
You can say retarded. It's fine. it's acceptable now.
It's pronounced retard.
Oh, okay.
Show.
Yeah.
Without the D, retard.
Retard.
So
Sounds like someone's
we're
name,
gonna talk
right?
about something today. Yeah.
Whatever we're talking about, the
Let's
non-elephants
start
in the
with
room.
the elephant that's bald headed and wears glasses. I think this is a baller news.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, our homie.
Nazi,
Guys,
Nazi.
guys, it's a sad day. Our Lord and Savior Andrew Tate has been
Lord
sent.
and dictator.
He's been,
Lord
been
dictator.
arrested.
He was
What,
arrested.
SDE?
Emphasis on dick.
Was he arrested too?
Yeah.
Well, we know he was taken in, but he was in Romania, so
So-
we don't know how they're.
So apparently, like the authorities have been making this case against him for a while, right?
Yeah.
You don't just say, "Fuck it, we're gonna show up in your house," based off a post you put online, right? So they were watching him, and the theory is there was a girl that he tricked over from the U.S. and into her, like the streaming business that he has, right? And she's like, "Hold up, I didn't really feel like I wanted to do this. Kind of got told to do it, you know." That freedom of right was kind of restricted, so she's like, "I'm gonna go talk to my boyfriend." Made a clause, an issue, and they started investigating. That's why he's being held for charges of human
Did
trafficking.
you see? That's pretty cool how they got him though.
Yeah.
Why
way
they
caught
found him?
The way they caught him,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know how they found him?
Yeah, well, so I'll let you
I
guys
don't,
know.
I don't. Come on, let's
Yeah,
go.
how dare they find him?
You know, right?
No, it's pretty cool how they found him because homeboy. Well, I mean that's what you get for talking shit about Our Lady Goddess,
So,
Greta
someone
Thunberg.
needs
I know. Everyone's praising her now. Like, she's the one that did all the work. Like, she's freaking L from Death Note.
On Wikipedia, if you see the fights Andrew Tate has had before, we see that Greenberg just at loss for him. I was like,
Yeah,
dude.
apparently homeboy decided to do a video call out, and homeboy had a pizza delivered, and the authorities were monitoring it, and then they got his location from the pizza.
There's nothing sweeter than having your own arrogance fact check you and then also humble your ass right then and there.
Right.
Bro. Like,
That's
damn,
crazy.
that's such a clean cut too. I was like, fuck, you know.
Damn, I'm about to look this shit up.
I
I
mean,
mean,
when
her comeback was pretty cool though.
But wasn't it like
Yeah.
within a day?
Yeah,
Like,
no, it
Yeah.
really was
like
within a day.
almost
That's what-
overnight. This man got messed up.
when I saw that Twitter with that video with him like showing off the pizza, and I'm like, that's crazy that he's just willing to show that pizza. I'm like, anyone can know that.
Right.
He's locally there.
No,
around there.
literally.
self
And,
dogs.
and I just didn't think about it. And then next thing you know, this happens. But I didn't think it was because of the damn pizza.
No,
though.
they found him because they haven't been able to find him. Like Void said earlier, they've been building a case against him, and then they couldn't track him down, or they didn't know where
Well,
he
no,
was at.
they knew where he lives and stuff, but they couldn't prove that he was in the country, so they couldn't arrest him. So
Yeah.
they're like,
Okay,
until
I
we
see
get
you.
proof that he's here, you can't do shit. And then he posts a picture of himself or video, right?
With the
Right.
pizza.
You got self docs, bro.
God his ass.
Sheesh.
So-
Damn, no more Hustler University, homie.
I know,
goes
right? No
his
more $50 a month.
2022.
Right, literally.
Nah, trust me, they're the OnlyFans and they're paying him out right now.
Well,
Like, oh.
Well, actually, he got out within when was it? Within 4 hours, he was out.
Well, no
Well,
shit,
yeah,
he's
I
a freaking
He,
millionaire.
so
Yeah.
you can
He
pay
got out.
bail like we do, and then they hold him for a month. Like you still have a month. You can't leave
Can't-
the
yeah. I think
nation,
they said
whatever.
30 days.
You're stuck there 30 days. Within 30 days, we have to put the crimes. We have to give the reason why we're arresting you, essentially. He's been detained. He's not in jail. So I don't want to make people
But
confused.
did they give him a reason yet, or they still come up with that?
Well, human trafficking is what the clause is. So we'll see how that goes. And the craziest part is, like, have you seen the footage of him when he's getting attacked? Like, or not attacked, but raided?
I've seen only when they knock on the door and stuff like that. I haven't really.
Fuck, man, it sounds exciting.
I haven't really. Yeah,
Bro,
seen-
so they come in like flashbanging, and literally all you see like
shit.
is a
Did they
squad.
flashbang?
Well, they flashbang the first door and then get
Oh.
in. But like,
'Cause I know
after
they
that,
found
you just
guns or
see
something like that in there too,
women
right?
police just coming in. I was like, bro, he would target and trigger after the squad there.
That's crazy.
But
Cheese.
so I
Say
want to
cheese.
segment off to that.
Happy New Year to him.
Yeah, right. Well, he's gonna have a good time this year. I'm supposed to be drinking with my boys, and now I'm here in jail.
That's crazy.
I need to work on my
his
tape.
followers,
Your tape?
his
You had to
people-
work on your tape.
I gotta.
Yes.
Apparently, he's not going away anywhere anytime soon.
I don't think he is. He's rich. He's gonna take a sweetheart deal. He's gonna pay off. He's not gonna do time. I guarantee.
No, he's not. But so just want to segue into that to say, all right, when's something in your life experience that you ran into that you caused your own problem and you're like, shit,
Fuck.
my man digged his own hole. We gotta be honest about that. Like, hey, we did that shit.
Bro, you don't need to humble us, all right? You don't need to call us out.
No, I call myself out every day. That's why I'm like, what? We need to share this shit.
So ask the question again.
So, what's something you've done in your life that's kind of made you dig your own hole and lay in it, essentially? Caused your own problem.
Yeah, where you had a big ass problem, but it was your fucking fault.
Think of that meme where you're like, someone did this and you were pointing yourself in the mirror. We can't fucking afford this.
Damn, like I don't think a major one like that's happened to me. So
I'm glad you haven't been arrested. Yeah.
right.
Allegedly.
Come back to me on that one. I gotta think about that one's a hard one. Like I
I'm
gotta.
trying to think too.
What about you, Einstein?
It's a little Einstein.
It's
Little Einstein,
it's kind of hard, honestly.
right? Because like it's like a.
Kind
What
of
is the
hard.
question?
You know?
It's very hard?
It's a fence post.
Okay.
I got to think about it.
You gotta think about it.
Yeah, I gotta
You gotta
think.
use
Well,
your,
so-
use
okay,
your
what was the
original
question?
brain, not the other head.
What was the question again?
Question is, when
What
did
made you hard? Oh wait, no, sorry. Go back.
We know what he's thinking about. He needs. Those are inquiring minds right there. He's asking for.
There you go.
What's a situation in your life where you put yourself in that situation? Like, oh shit, I messed up and I did this to myself.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's I've been in many situations like that. honestly.
Every day when I wake up.
Yeah, no, right? Every day at work, I'm like, damn.
Feels like there's way more.
Bro, how are your
know?
questions like hard to answer, but Z's are like
Mine were less than like I want to say 20.
it was
20
a
words
story.
altogether.
The story led into the question.
I know. I was like, I give you an example.
'cause we
Someone fucked up.
Yeah.
Why
how about
can't you host?
You
He goes, I left my text message. I didn't delete my text messages.
So for me, most of the shit starts when it's like I scheduled something out, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking exhausted, and I just like I could take a nap. I can do a 30-minute nap. I listen to that siren song saying you can chill out for a bit before you go do this thing, instead of staying awake for 30 more minutes to go do the thing. Like earlier today, I fell asleep. I wake up. I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucking running late, and that's my guilty sin. I take naps when I need them because I don't sleep as often as I should.
I think yours would be mine. Like it's like saying like committing to something and then like you're like shit, now I have to do it. Like because like nothing really major has happened like that to me. So yours is
It's major because it happens so often.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, man, like these things happen a lot, but I'm trying to think of something big where really fucked me up kind of thing or whatnot.
That's what I'm trying to think of the two.
See,
But
like the sleeping one, like I had a little procedure done like 2-3 weeks ago, and I told my coworkers, but I didn't tell my
Male
first of all,
penis
how many inches did you add?
Oh, I had it. Well, now I'm at 3.
Mm.
I added 3.
You said it wrong. You should have said it's like there was an increase of 100%.
Exactly. I had an innie. Now I got an outie. Nah. But no, I had a procedure done. I told all my coworkers it was cool. We had like a big day we had a set up for, and I was like, cool. Like
They throw a party, damn.
because my boss wasn't supposed to be there, and so I was like, cool. I'm communicating with everybody that I feel like I need to. And then they put me under something, I don't know, anesthesia or some shit. And when I got out, I was like hella lightheaded and woozy and shit like that. And I still wanted to help them go to the office and shit because I'm like, fuck it, it'll make time go by. It's like the last day of work kind of thing.
You're all bleeding everywhere.
And then I got home instead of driving to work. And then I was like, you know what? Same shit like you. I was like, I'm just going to take a quick nap. Like, ain't no harm in that. They said I should be asleep all day anyway. And then woke up like 2 hours later and missed the meeting and then missed another thing. I wasn't supposed to be there, but my boss showed up and he was like upset that I didn't communicate with him or whatnot. Everybody else knew, but not him.
Why
So
weren't
he's
you in the
all
office,
pissed.
boss?
Yeah,
Mhm. The table was turned. Why were you
I would have
there?
been like, yeah, aren't you supposed to be on fucking vacation?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, kind of like what you're saying right now, sometimes volunteering for something way in advance, and then by the time it fucking comes up, you're like, oh
Right.
shit, I gotta go.
That's
Because
why I
said,
hate planning things like
fucking kids, Kids like, hey, can we do this? Yeah, just so they can kind of get out your way for a second. Let
But
do
you
what
said,
do.
yeah, bro. You fucked
Yeah,
up.
and then and then my daughter is like the fucking like king queen at that shit. Just
oh yeah.
she I tell her to clean up with some shit, she'll act like she won't fucking remember it. But if I promise her something for her, she will remember. Until like
She's like, you just gaslit me, bro. Like, what are you doing?
every day. Didn't you say that one time? Like, what the hell?
Bro,
The
she's
fuck
a
you
woman.
remember
They
that?
have
You know
that
what I'm saying?
power.
It's crazy.
They
It's
have the power to remember that one thing that you said that you forgot
that
about.
benefits them. But
Yeah,
when you want,
exactly.
when you ask something from them, they act like you didn't say anything. That's funny.
Yeah, no, bro. They have that power.
It's funny
You know?
because she be doing that. Be like, just like today, like I'll tell her something, and mom goes, "Did you hear him? Hear who?" Like,
Who
and
that?
I'm
Yeah.
loud as fuck. And I just laugh now. Like it's pissing me off, but at the same time, like, see what I'm saying? I was like, she just fucking tunes me out. But then when she wants
You're like,
something,
outstanding move, but your
Sure.
ass is ground.
yeah, yeah.
They have that power right there, and also the power to just think about what they want you to do, and if you don't do it, shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Mhm.
they shouldn't have to ask you to do it. You should already know and do it.
Mini gaslighters.
Right.
So, so for this year, obviously we want to be able to change our shit up. So for this year's new problem, let's resolve it by not scheduling shit in advance. Sound good?
I mean,
We're
right?
throwing away the agendas, boys. We don't need that shit no more.
Yeah, tell Z delete that calendly, or however you say it. Yeah, I don't know. He's trying to backseat co-host.
Whoever do you know?
Right. Okay, guys. So I don't really do resolutions. Like it's really not my thing because what is it? What do they say? Like 95% of all New Year's resolutions are broken within like the first 2 days or something like that. So I'm curious. Like, do you guys do resolutions? Like, is that like a thing you do, or you just like try to like
Why would I lie to myself like that?
right?
Why would I hurt myself like that? You know.
But I don't usually call them resolutions. Something like I'll probably start. I might start. Like my New Year's resolution kind of started early, which was I bought a exercise bike. That was me and my girl's gift to each other. So we didn't do like a trading off like gifts. We didn't buy each other anything. We just basically like went in an exercise bike. So my New Year's resolution came in
Because you guys are cheap.
exactly $300 cheap. Technically $400, but we got $100 worth of discounts. So
There you go.
right? No, so yeah, so basically I started my New Year's resolution, quote unquote, early, and my thing is like at least I want to bike at least every single day. And right now, like it's kind of like I'm in a mission against myself to where right now at first I started, but that shit was hard. But now I'm actually like getting better at it. So right now I'm doing like with resistance on the bike. I'm doing 10 miles in 40 minutes, and that's with resistance. And I'm also following it.
Look at those calves, bro. Those
They're not
quads.
there. They're in the quads.
bro.
The calves aren't there, right?
Yeah,
I
look at
wish for
those
those.
glutes, too.
I've been wishing for those since since I was in high school, right? But no, yeah. So
Your calves.
yeah, my calves exactly. I would trade inches for calves, all right?
Isn't that crazy how that shit makes some men insecure? They're fucking calves.
Bro, no, for real. It's like, and then it's like there's some people that are just blessed with calves, and they're like they've never seen the gym in their life. You're like, no, like, give me that
They
shit.
got that thick boy stuff, and they're like, how'd you get him? Born with them. Son of a.
Right? Yeah, but that's basically like my New Year's resolution. It's basically like I said, I started early, but I just want to be like do the bike like basically like every single day and like keep consistently at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a TV in front of it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, at first I had it in the living room, but then
No, he listens to our podcast again.
right.
Because he listens
I
to
just get mad at it.
That's
He's
like
like,
a
I need the
loop.
games,
Listen-
son.
listen-
Much more irritating than hearing Z for another hour.
Listens to Einstein's ooh woo.
right.
Ooh,
Say it.
God damn
Do it. Do the jingle.
Shit.
Do it.
Do the
Do it.
thing.
Why your heart rate
Ooh.
spiked right there?
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh.
Can you say it less sexy?
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, no, I have it in my gym, and I have my computers right there. So I put on a hit.
Yeah,
And
my boy's
HI
my boy's a millionaire. He's got a gym and a house, and he's
right.
Damn.
My Lambo in the back. No, I watch
I only have 10 roaches in my house.
Oh damn!
That's how I
yeah,
struggle.
that's a motel right there,
Right?
son.
I'm saying.
Should listen back
Wait.
to the episode with.
Did you guys even answer the question though, or no?
Nah, we kind of glossed over it.
You just
before.
glossed
Wait, what question?
We talk about like the time you
The
got
first
yourself in a
The first
pitfall,
one?
and
No, we
Yeah,
kind of did. We
yeah.
said that it's basically almost your thing.
yeah, it's just always being late.
Yeah, homeboy over here is not even paying attention. He's just smiling at his
probably
phone.
not.
My
I
dude.
was on my phone. That's why I'm asking.
I want whatever he's having, dog. Just saying.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know, right? Pass it around.
You haven't
Pass
answered
it
my
around.
question.
Oh,
Yeah,
What's the
My question was,
New
do you
Year's.
do New Year's resolutions?
If new goals count at it, I mean, I guess.
Is it like a new year, new you kind of thing?
Um,
Are you gonna put a D in your name?
I know,
Or-
right? Well, honestly, that was a
You
good.
said he's gonna get the D later. Is that what you
Oh,
said?
yeah, there you go.
Oh, your mom didn't put the D in your name so you can get it later.
Oh,
There you go.
she's all like, "Nah, he already got one. He good."
Forever chasing the D. That should be somewhere.
All right.
That's someone's status out there. We already know.
Like, sorry, my name don't got the D, but I got the other D though. It's like,
It's down here.
Mm.
No, you should. Your status should be like, ask about the D later. You know, like
There you
that's
go.
that.
tell me the deets, son. Okay, son.
These nuts. Got him.
All right.
All right, we have a guest. Someone new. Let's see
Someone-
if they're in.
Someone new.
They're waiting, joining.
Someone new, someone old,
And
someone
3,
blue.
2, 1.
action.
Happy
Ding
New
ding ding
Year.
ding. Hello,
Present yourself.
individual, sir. We cannot hear you.
Someone new. Who is this new person?
In the name of Jesus, I command you. Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Oh, there it is. How are you?
You like my picture?
You like his picture?
I freaking told you. Is this Z?
No, it's not.
No.
It is. Oh my god. All right, I'm dropping him.
Drop him. He doesn't
You
know
put
the-
someone new.
It is someone new. What are you talking about?
Are those Mickey Mouse ears on a troll face?
For
Is it?
real.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
look.
terrible.
It was
Here,
the-
oh,
Everybody wanted to know how I looked. Now they get a chance to see it.
you had a choice to get rid of the glasses, and you still
Hey, you-
kept them.
Hey,
He's like, those are legit.
you guys are killing it, bro.
Send them home, guys.
I know. Why'd you accept it?
Let me ask you a question, dude.
No,
isn't
don't think about
isn't
think about-
camping a good way to practice?
Practice what?
Isn't it a good time to
practice
practice
what, bro?
Like
Practice
being
what?
homeless?
It's
said practice being
a,
homeless.
being
Oh, sorry.
homeless.
Looks
It's a
like your time's
good
up.
practice to disable this user.
Are you foreshadowing something? Are you doing
I'm
okay?
just saying, dude.
Practice
you're
what,
taking the
man?
best things.
What best things are you taking?
Practice the next year's resolution, being able to camp more.
Camp what? Camp where?
You're a camper in every game we play, so I don't
Won't
give a
you?
shit.
Oh, this is
Won't
your-
you? Won't you camp at that home that you pay for?
Oh,
Wait, but
dude,
this is first time
seriously,
camping.
yeah,
people are
though.
like,
have
let's go out and
cars.
do things. I'm like, can I stay home? Like, is that an option?
When I
Okay,
grew up,
but we really want to know: are you using your car to talk to us?
Wow.
Maybe this is a chat GBT.
do we
script.
stimulate
Who
you while
knows?
you drive or what?
You know, my man don't know how to use a
I'll
stick.
tell you what. I don't know if you've ever driven.
Stick?
Without any clothes on, but it's very stimulating.
Bro, we know where you're going. All right.
Stick with a capital.
We
Stick.
had a little
Sigma.
birdie told
All right.
us.
Sir, this is a PG show.
No,
Yeah,
no
GBT,
way.
sir.
Heinz doesn't know anything.
Who?
Heinz is joking, dude.
That wasn't
I got
we're
diagnosed
not,
with
we're not talking about
testicular
Heinz,
cancer today, so
Heinz all ghoul.
but you don't have
I don't know
balls.
who Heinz is.
So
Hey, do you guys think next year is going to be a better year than this year for you? I don't think it will be.
dang to us. Oh
God.
shit.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey, yo, hang up on this
Hey,
hater
yeah,
like
yeah.
ASAP. What a hater.
How many minutes does he have left? Can
Nah,
we take him out
I don't
right
even
now?
think
You got-
about
you
that
got
stuff
5 minutes.
anymore. I used to, thinking about New Year resolutions and changing, but the only thing that really
He
fucking
basically
matters
took my
to me,
question and like reworded it.
Yeah, what a hater.
Hey,
Right?
excuse me.
He's always a hater.
But it's
bro.
all right. I still believe
Guys,
that
it's
you're
my-
the
my-
originator.
It's my time.
Excuse
It's
me.
not your time. You didn't
Excuse
pay
me,
for it.
sir.
Come here and tell me that's my face,
we don't
dog. Like,
condone people driving and
Come
talking
here.
and being on electrical devices. So for your safety,
Even though his car is an electrical device.
yeah, for your safety, you should probably get off, sir.
Yeah, you should probably
But thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead. Come on anytime you want. We
No,
stream
guys,
live
guys,
Thursdays.
Do not
I'm
come
gonna
back.
go.
Do not come
He goes,
back.
come on anytime you want. Come on me.
We have a
come on him.
moratorium with someone. It's just
Come on whoever you want.
You young folks are such an inspiration to me. I'm on this podcast that I have with my friends, but this right here is like,
Oh, it looks like he cut off. Let's go, guys.
Hurry.
Oh man, dang it! He was gonna say
Nice.
something real good.
So you don't think about the negatives in like the upcoming year, which I don't really.
I already have too many problems to fucking deal with. Why would I do that?
Yeah, it was kind of like what what Z was saying. Like a couple weeks back.
Who?
Someone new.
No,
I mean,
see,
Yeah,
sorry.
someone
new.
Some void. Sorry. Oh shit! Hold up, I got a fucking burp stuck. But you kind of think about that daily. At least as you grow older, don't try to. I used to get trapped up by the whole this year gonna do. No, just start it then. When you're ready. Don't make it rely on that. Because then if you fall off, you're gonna fucking wait for the next New Year's. Just,
right.
Take it how you can. Daily.
Everybody's fitness journey always begins on a Monday.
All right.
Instead of right now, it always begins on a Monday. And then if they miss it, well, next Monday it is.
Yeah, but it's it's kind of like the more you attach it to things like that, the more you're prone to kind of like fail. Just do it because you want to do it, not because
Right. If you're going into the new year already thinking like it's gonna be a shitty year, like then you make it a shitty year.
yeah, like that last caller that said our year was gonna be.
You're right. He tried predicting our years. You know why? Because like we have like our podcast is going good. Because the other host is somewhere else. Taking it, giving it. I don't know what he's doing right, but he's
Slacking off what?
Exactly, slacking off a lot. But we finally got a good rhythm with a good host
And a younger version of him.
a younger version of, and even better looking too.
Yeah,
like
and
bro, his voice.
And he don't even have the D because
He doesn't even have the D.
No, but yeah, I try not to get caught up.
Did you say we just cougared someone? We got someone younger, better.
Damn.
Yeah, look at
That's
it.
crazy.
Actually, we're technically silver foxes. There
Shit,
we
I'm
go.
never leaving again.
Like, damn.
We're having a better time without him. He's like, God, how did they do that? It's like,
Nah, but
The one time he leaves, Boyd brings drinks again.
I know, right?
I know.
the only thing I think about now
Give me a week, guys. After this week, I'll be able to drink and I'll be able to make our good drinks. I promise you. I have some.
Oh, you didn't know, huh? But like before all this
Oh.
right
you got
here,
a Bartesi or what?
no, homeboy over here got down in the drinks, bro.
Like what? Like mixed drinks?
Yeah.
What's up? Let's do it. I do that shit. I
I've
haven't done it
been
in a
not
while.
drinking for a while, so that's why I was like, I can't. So,
Get the stuff, bro.
oh,
Do it.
you don't understand. I've leveled up my shit since then. I have this. It's like a briefcase that I open up. It becomes a bar table.
Oh, wow.
So it has like,
Normal people in their briefcase usually have like MP5 or Uzis.
No,
This
yeah.
homeboy over here has like a whole like
Bar.
Yeah, literally.
Mini bar over
everyone's
here.
like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I came to the wrong convention, bro.
The only thing, like, see, for this year that coming up, the only thing is, getting a fucking house and shit like that only matters, money, taxes, and all that type of shit, with the recession and all that crap. But that's probably like my only thing coming up. Is
That's
for
like
sure
your
that-
your
Talk
big
about another
goals.
problem. But at least houses are supposed to go down, dude.
Yeah.
So that's always a
they've
good
been
thing.
going down. We was checking about 2 months back and qualified all that stuff, and most of these things have been dropping. But I know they're gonna try to counter it with the increase. Yeah, let's try those out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the goal within like about.
Did
a
you get
month or two.
Mexican Fritos?
And I got Mexican Tostitos too.
There
And
you
then
go.
you can bring your bar set up. And
No, and then I have a
fucked up.
portable like bag toolkit. Oh, I love it. And I'm a kitchen guy, so I got like Japanese knives that are foldable. It's a 5-inch utility Japanese knife. Oh,
Ooh.
that thing cuts so well, and I only use it just for the
Wait,
bartending.
okay, sorry, say it again.
Post the link. Post the link. I'm
Japanese
looking for a good-ass
foldable knife.
Oh, is that the one that you showed me last time?
Yeah, but I got another one because I gave that kid away, so I had to get
Oh, okay,
another
okay.
one. I was like, oh,
I've seen it. It's nice.
A
It's great.
Japanese
Post the
folding
link to
knife?
that.
I've
I
never heard of
want a
that.
really good knife.
and
And
it'll
post
be
the
in
link
tomorrow.
to your little knife. That one's a good one too.
This one right here?
I'm just worried
Look
about
at
that
this-
shit. with
Bro,
my
this
kids,
is
but
this is in case midgets come after me.
No,
homie.
that's a Z qualifying knife right there.
It's like fuck a blowing
He's like,
star.
see, it's bigger. I told you.
Throw my mini cleaver.
Yeah.
You make little meals, get a little pot, little pan,
For the
little,
little ratas
piece
in
of
your
steak.
room.
right,
For
exactly.
the cockroaches.
I seen a video
Cucarachas.
like that too. I think somebody did like a little.
Will
I don't know
will
what,
they
little burger
rebuild
or
like
some
a
shit.
kitchen or a meal?
It was like-
yeah, too tiny. It's a whole YouTube channel, dude. That's
yeah,
crazy.
tiny kitchen or something like that, where they used to make like the little tiny meals like in the little oven and shit like that. That shit was badass. I remember like I went on a whole
See,
like
you're,
rabbit hole.
you're almost there, bro. You gotta
Bro,
learn.
almost, man. Like for reals. Like if you guys can't see this, I got a big ass
Get the
mini cleaver.
stove.
No, but it's a
I can 3D print you a little stove if that's what you need.
Bet.
I want you to print me. I want you to 3D print me other stuff, but you don't want to break laws.
Damn.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Whoa, what laws? He's not breaking nothing.
I ain't done nothing yet. Can't prove it. FBI.
He doesn't even have a 3D printer.
FBI
He's
agent
lying.
listening on my Mac. I didn't do it.
He just meant 3D printer.
It's not even the FBI, bro. It's actual Apple technicians. They're like they're the ones listening. They have their own division.
Straight up. Oh, so talking about Apple, they just pushed out end-to-end encryption. So now they don't even know what the fuck is going on their shit. So FBI's like, we need to get in. I don't know what the fuck's in there.
Oh, for reals?
Yeah. So and I know FBI and the 3-letter acronym guys have been always pushing back, like don't fucking do
Alphabet
this.
boys.
Yeah. They're like, fuck that shit.
AAA.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jared?
Triple A. Yeah.
Jared?
They call it, yeah, we need to get in this man's cell phone. It's Jake from Safe Farm.
Yeah, they're like, we can't get in, like that's the truth. That's the whole point of a device you're paying for,
I mean, that's pretty cool how they do that though. But even though like they're still not really yours. Like the encryption, I get it, but like it's
What's
still not really
yours
yours.
is the service. So like the cloud stuff, the actual
Not even that, bro. Like
software.
just even the whole thing. Like it's not even yours. Like if you wanted to use it, like yeah, you can use it, but like without having all their systems and all that right there, it's
See, your boy's a Linux user, so I own that shit.
Well, okay, you're the anomaly, all right. But I'm talking about like the average, Apple person user.
But like again, if you're gonna pay for a product, that's the reason why it's not owned because they have to do those updates and maintenance. When it's
right,
like
but
you're
no,
building
like
that
my
shit-
Samsung's owned by me. Like I don't have to jailbreak it to like. Well, okay,
oh, you're
that's
talking about the system being locked. That's the
Right.
reason why I don't like Apple. Right?
That's
That's
the
not
same
my
reason as mine
preference.
too. Like
Your Samsung, you got what, like a developer edition or what? Or you just got a regular one?
no, I just got a regular one.
You can just unlock any
Yeah, I-
Samsung device as
Yeah.
a developer edition
Yeah.
anytime.
It's
just-
cool how they added that.
You
shit.
just,
But
like,
it's
tap
always-
The hardware, but the software, right?
Yeah, you can just tap the whatever thing like
The
10
build-
times
the
and then it
build-
goes
the
to
build
development.
number.
Don't tell them; they need to find out by
build
themselves.
Oh
number.
shit, never mind.
just post it on the video and get credit. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then, like,
I
developers.
discovered it.
It was me. Like literally,
Nah,
you Google it,
it's
it's like
crazy how
20
much they've
videos.
added over the years on that shit to give you more power, whereas Apple just keeps taking shit
Okay, the
away.
one thing that Apple did that was pretty smart was the fact that they said, "Hey, Mr. Jailbreaking person, if you jailbreak our new device, we will pay you to give us the software how you jailbroke it." That's why new iPhones can't be jailbroken because like
Yeah, that's
they
smart.
pay them a shit ton of
Well,
money
it's,
to
it's,
That's
called,
exactly what you
it's
should
called a
do.
bug bounty, and it's been around forever. That's
Yeah.
literally what any reputable company that has software does. They're like, all right, we'll put a bounty out, and whoever
Yeah.
reports it, we
Or-
fix it, they get the money for
or
it.
like government entities, and it's a smart thing to do. You know what I'm saying? If somebody cracks your shit, don't fucking put them to jail, bro. Fucking pretend you put them to jail, hire
Well,
them, and make them.
the thing is, the
avoid
problem
you.
that gets them to jail isn't that
Doing
they
that shit.
hacked it; it's that they're doing malicious shit with hacking it,
Yeah,
right?
They get free apps,
Yeah, that's
free
what I'm
music,
saying. But as long as it's
everything.
not too much, like okay, free.
Well, Apple just would be like, "Oh, you broke into our shit. I'm gonna persecute you. Like, I need you to be behind bars because you fuck us up." And
Right.
that's not the right mindset, like you're saying.
Yeah, like I'm saying, if I pay for a device, it has to be mine. Like I can't.
Oh, yeah,
That's why I don't mess with Apple products. Like I get it, they're good and shit like that. But I'm sorry, like I'm paying for this. It has to be mine.
Yep.
You can't control it, and I don't have to pay a subscription fee or some shit like that. Just to like have it, keep on working or functioning, whatever
Well,
like that.
I get it though. You're paying for their security. That's why it's like that shit. But it is bullshit.
Yeah, even then, like I shouldn't have to pay for it in order for it to be mine. If I didn't want to pay for it, like I already paid the initial, like the phone and all that right there. Like that's just my understanding of it. If I buy something, it should be mine.
How do you feel about taxes?
Don't even get me started. Oh,
He just got like a fence post, bro. Don't. You started a trigger to he's like, "Oh yes."
oh.
What do you
That's
think
a
about
safe word.
California and like Texas and Alaska?
In California, Texas, and Alaska. Well, California, I love it because of the weathers, and
Honestly, yes. I don't care what state you're from. California has the best weather.
it does.
It's just dry as shit when it's hot as hell.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly. Other than the
But
fact,
we're not fucking burning like in Texas.
yeah, and other than the fact that other than the fact that we're in a drought, and then
We've been in a drought for 120 fucking years, bro. At this fucking
exactly.
point, we're just new levels of
there's
droughts.
literally drought police going around. Like, and if you like water your grass for like 10 minutes
That's
over,
how
whatever.
not hot it is over here. That we're in
Yeah.
a drought.
For reals. Yeah.
Oh,
So
and did you know you guys don't own your rainwater?
yeah,
As soon as it touches the ground, it's California's, and it's already
Mhm.
been divvied out.
you can't even collect rainwater here in California.
No, not in
I was about to say,
California.
oh, that's fucking.
Yeah,
wild.
no, you-
What if at
Are you serious?
what
You
if at a
can't?
certain altitude or some shit?
Wow.
No, you cannot.
How are you gonna have a funnel that fucking high?
I don't know, but you know what I'm saying.
Without a
Like,
permit.
it makes me think. I don't know if it's,
It's already
legit,
like
but
crashing into
like
the planes, bro. It's so high up where you already like that's the airspace of California. You
I'm
can't even go
assuming
there.
it's legit. I haven't looked into, but like, fuck, what was that movie? I think it was Burlesque, where they talk about air rights
Mhm.
and how you can own that shit. So I'm like, what if we're like, you get a certain altitude to cover this? Hey man, like I got that shit up there.
Well, the thing is, anything above your house that's like I think over 20 feet is government's airspace.
Yep.
You're fucked.
Above 20 feet.
Anything
Yep.
above the ground, 20
Oh,
feet.
above the ground.
is
That's why
airspace.
there's like certain like you can't like drones can only go like a certain like height or whatever. Like, over here, it's funny.
And you need a
Over here,
license.
there's actually a like a force field. I don't know what the hell
A
you call
force
it.
field.
No, it really is like if you fly a drone up so many feet because they had developers come over here to try to take pictures of the property.
Mm-hmm.
They fly their drone. They can fly their drone like down this way, but as soon as they come over here, it stops and it forces them to like.
And that's
bring it down.
if they follow compliance.
And the only
You
reason
get
I
one of
mean,
those cheapy ones from
Are you sure that's
like
not just
the
like
store?
hella radiation and shit from all the fucking stuff we got?
right?
No, because
The water?
you could run it. I mean, you could run it, but there's certain places you can't run it, like over.
No, you
government
really can't. You
buildings.
can't run it here because like right here, we're close to the airport right here. So right here, it's a dead zone right here.
Well, again, if you have a smart device. If
Well,
you don't and you
yeah.
get caught, it's a fine by the FCC.
Yeah,
Right?
That's true. Yep.
And then you're next to school. You can't have drones over schools, government buildings.
Yeah, you fucking pervert.
Hey, what I do in my free time is my business. All right.
Still illegal. Still illegal.
Yeah, don't do that. Please don't.
And that's interesting because we were trying to develop a drone program for the students, and they were like, you can't have those over. I'm like, but it's for the students.
Yeah,
it's literally for them to
for
practice
the
something, you know.
school.
So we had because we work with the education department with DGI, we're like able to get stuff like that for him, you know. So DGI's like, yeah, we can work around that. Let's just talk to our boys.
That's good.
Yeah, here in California, you don't own anything. It's not yours. So your body's not yours.
And
either, so.
anything above, again, 20 feet is airspace. The government can do whatever the hell they want, you know.
Mm-hmm. They'll bomb you.
Like that's
ISIS.
why do you think it's so hard to get a spacecraft up into the moon or anywhere else past our orbit?
That's true.
Because there's a measure rating they have to calculate of debris, how much debris can fall from an individual device. So they're like, how much mass is it? How big it is? How is it likely to combust? If it doesn't combust in a way where it lands safely below that threshold of debris, it's too legal.
You know, Z right now is mad at us because we're not talking about some philosophical shit, right?
Yeah, well, I'm the techie guy. Fuck him. I'm gonna talk about tech shit, bro.
This is good stuff.
Oh. All right, we have a guest. We're gonna bring him in.
I'll talk about taxes later.
Yeah.
All right.
Jillian.
People don't forget.
It's about to go Waco up
Racine.
in this shit.
we have Julian.
I may have butchered that name,
Ziba.
and I apologize ahead of time. 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, ding.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, it's always good to talk to you guys.
Thanks for coming back on.
Yeah,
There
we
you go.
appreciate it.
Always. You guys make my Friday nights. You guys are hilarious.
Yes.
No, we love it.
First person that's ever said that.
I know. I feel bad for Z. He's gonna have to post edit. What day? What day? What? We'll erase it.
How does it feel that having a Z-free episode, aka the annoying guy that's always talking?
She's like, who the fuck is that?
Right.
Our ghost lighter.
This is why the podcast is going so smoothly.
She's like, I forgot what letters you guys are. But no, go ahead. How you
New
doing?
year, new problems.
Right.
So, the problems we're talking about filing our taxes at the end of January, or we?
Oh yeah, no, that's always fun. But that's an accounting problem. That's not really. Well, I mean, how would that be a personal thing? Because everyone's taxes is different, right? Like,
That could be
Yeah.
like what you
Yeah.
stated earlier. You know, like what if you have to pay? What if you don't, save up to the side? Then you got to fucking pay a lump sum. Or,
Then they go after you. There's
So-
you see in black Suburbans and pull up to your house.
so Julian, we
Or
reside
just
in
take you away in
California,
handcuffs.
so our taxes is always like the highest out of a lot of other states. But
Oh, yeah, I'm in California too, but thank God I'm in the
Sorry.
military, and so I'm tax exempt because I'm from Illinois.
Ooh,
So it's one of the
nice.
perks, one of the
Hey.
very, very few
Oh, you just
perks. So I
got
don't pay
Einstein's
state
ears
taxes.
tickling right there. Einstein's from Illinois also.
Yeah. What part from Illinois? are you
Oh,
from?
nice. I'm from Central Illinois. I'm not Central West Illinois. I'm not from Chicago. My dad lives up there, but I'm not born and raised or anything in there. I would visit him sometimes.
Gotcha. Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, homeboy over here is from Chicago.
Yeah, I think-
he was born with a gun in his hand.
Yeah.
his
He's born with a
birthmark was a
Glock in his
bullet shot.
hand.
His birthmark
Full
was a bullet wound.
magazine.
His
I know,
birthmark's a
right?
bullet wound.
It's
Yeah.
a bullet wound.
So the
Yeah,
question we asked earlier was, or I asked earlier was, do you do New Year's resolutions? Do you like fall in that like, oh, New Year, new me type of deal, or do you just like not care about it?
I like have intentions but I don't have like I'm gonna quit vaping this year. Like nah. Like I'm gonna start going to the gym this year. Like yeah, I think the best time to do New Year's resolution is actually in December. So you already have a month of getting it, so you're already in the habit of doing it. So when January comes and everyone's there and then they flake out and then you just can keep doing your thing.
So you
So I
basically,
saw this post, it was like
yeah, go ahead.
so I do it, but I do it early if I'm like, we're going to do it. I saw this post that was like, y'all really going to get in these people's way for 2 weeks? Like, I think so.
Okay, that's funny right there. Yeah.
yeah, really it is. And honestly, you see the biggest drop off after a
Like-
week.
Right, no, literally. Usually it ends at like during the week, but I get what you're saying. Like starting off in December, this way you build that habit of doing what you're doing. So that's actually pretty smart right there. Like I was saying earlier that I got my fitness bike, but I got it. I'm not gonna wait till January to start using it and all that right there. So
Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, like I hardly do. I don't call them resolutions, but it's something like, well, maybe I'm gonna start this, maybe I'm gonna start that, and if I don't do it, then like, oh well, So, not trying to like commit to anything, because but it's just yeah, I get what you mean though. That's pretty smart. Like starting December to build a habit of going into January and into the new year already doing this.
That's good.
And so it's already second habit. And then you're set up for success so you can finish the rest of the year out. because by the time you get to the next December, you're like, oh, I made my goal, but I want to make it the whole year. And then he's like, oh, it's just a few more weeks of this whatever thing that you're doing, if it's working out or eating healthy or, you know, whatever it is, it's already second nature by the time you get to January. But like if you're doing, so that's another big thing about New Year's resolutions is like if you're doing it because it's the new year, you're going to freaking fail. But if you want to do it because you genuinely believe in it and you want to like actually change your life, then it's actually going to work out. But that's why people drop off is they do it because new year, new me, but they don't really commit
it's like
to
a
it. They're
fad
just
kind
doing
of
it because
thing.
it's the time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You know, to you
Yeah.
and others that do that, you know, like, or even, you know, when you're taking it serious, if you fall off, you know, it's fine. Just restart. You don't have to be a perfect year. It's
Yeah.
just to get your ball rolling. You don't have
This
to be a
wasn't an
consistent-
AA meeting that
you
I
know.
signed up for, okay?
Well, you're gonna
Hey,
listen,
look,
right?
hey,
I'm
the
being
first
triggered
step,
here, right,
the
bro?
first step is to admit. Just admit. It's all right.
Like, I know I have a problem, but it's also my solution.
My name is Void. And, I'm an asshole.
I know
sponsored
about
this.
the drop off, but
Yeah.
I had a buddy who liked drinking, and that was like a hobby of his, right? But when he stopped drinking, he was like, well, I'm not doing what I love. So is this a problem or is this a solution?
I mean, he already knew his problem. Like, is it really a problem if you acknowledge it, though?
See, that
Like,
was one. You know, the drinking, not to be I don't know, but you know, maybe the drinking was covering up something else, and now he's like, well, shit, this is what I was drinking.
I know, right?
He's
It
like,
depends what's
shit.
cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Like the first problem or the alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It was like, shit, what do I do?
I know alcohol can get up there too in price. That's a
Oh,
crazy
shit.
thing.
Especially the
Oh
more-
yeah, definitely. Like I like scotch, and like a good bottle
yeah.
of scotch is like $80. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
like,
cheap.
If you buy like the 30,
Oh, you lost Void. Void
Yeah.
was like,
Nah, I've spent $500 on a Whistle Pig bottle before, and I'm like, ooh, that was
God
tasty.
damn, bro.
I'm a whiskey guy.
Just ferment your own
Oh,
fruit and make
bet.
it
How much
yourself.
it
Fuck
lasts?
shit.
I've thought about it. I'm like, how much
Get a
cheaper
chemistry
would it be to
lab.
make?
how much jail time do I have to do to,
You know,
to
I
make
gotta-
my own?
I
It's
got
not
a
illegal
homie-
to make your own whiskey.
Well, do you distill it?
Isn't it from
You have to
moonshine?
distill it, but you have to be licensed. That's about it.
Yeah, that's why. If you're not licensed, it's illegal.
But we can
I
literally
thought
get that
that's
license.
only like if you sell it or some shit.
No,
yeah, if you make it for yourself, it's not a problem.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a homie that makes his own beer. I'll try.
That's
to get y'all
beer.
some when
Beer,
I'm talking about
and
like
distilling.
Yeah, what else? We
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
but it's still.
Distilling, you need a hard liquor license. That's about it. But at that point, I might as well just open up a liquor store.
Yeah.
I mean, it's California. It's probably legal. I'm probably half right. All right. So
It just depends on where you do it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
true.
problem.
or it's really illegal. It's one of the two.
it's illegal or really illegal.
You
Yeah,
only
that's
find
it.
out when you get
Oh,
arrested. in Andrew Tate style.
Yeah, I was right. I was about to say that same
style.
It was like,
shit. Except
what
nope,
happened
no.
with that? Like,
Oh,
what happened with
Tell
him?
'em.
Oh,
What'd
so
he
we
do?
reviewed
What
it
did he
earlier,
do?
but what happened was he was starting beef with what was it
Greta
Greta
Thunberg.
Thunberg, the
Our
Make
goddess
environment
Greta
Yeah, I saw
Thunberg.
something like
activist?
some
Yeah, the
news.
McGriddle.
and in doing so, he
Mhm.
left a clue to where his location was. He self-doxed essentially,
Mhm.
and the Romanian government was like, "That was it. Let's get him, boys!" And they rushed like
Yeah.
within the day.
So apparently it's earlier. Like
Yep.
he's been like,
It had been 24 hours, and they rushed him and they held him
yeah. Apparently it's for like trafficking and stuff like
human
that. but
trafficking because of an
That's like the only
incident.
one they've given out so far. There's probably a lot more, but
But the thing is, there was multiple girls that were there, and they're like, we need to make an investigation. One said something. There's multiple cases at that point, and that's why it's going to take a while. But
Right.
like, it's crazy because apparently there was an ex-cop there
Mm.
from the Romanian government,
Yeah.
and she was the handler for these ladies. So like, it wasn't coercion directly, like forcing them to do it. But damn, that's not looking good. Like you were an active member to do
Yeah.
this. Now it kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's what
I
we
mean,
know
of
so
course
far.
he like denies it always, but I saw kind of a thing on him like, is it really like he says that he isn't doing it, but everyone who's like again like look at like Ted Bundy, you know, like of course he said he didn't kill it, and how much evidence. So like if you do bad things, you're always gonna say, oh, I didn't do that.
Well,
You
here's
know?
the kicker. If you go on to Andrew Tate, or on his website, you literally see a banner that says, "My job is to make girls fall in love with me and enlist them to work." That a fucking banner, dude.
Enlist them to work.
Like
Wow.
he's not being like shy about it. He's been nothing but blunt.
Would you say he's
Subtle.
grabbing them right by the?
Yeah, I guess, but he
Balenciaga.
just doesn't get that. Oh shit, I should probably not say anything because even in other podcasts, apparently he said he's got relations with the Romanian mafia. Like that's crazy. How are you gonna go brag about that shit?
Yeah.
And be like, oh, nothing's gonna happen to me, bruh. As soon as you say that, you're on some kind of watch list.
I
On
mean,
the
he
radar.
probably thought like it's like
Yeah, how old is he, by the way?
He's
You know?
34-ish.
I'm about to say he was like 40 from what I
Yeah, I was
recall.
gonna say he said he's 30.
Yeah, he's like 34, 35.
I say 19. Oh, sorry, I don't know. Everybody's just
Are you talking about his type? Like,
Nah, homeboy thinks it's like Mexico, you know, where you can like pay off everybody and like.
and people were saying that, like, oh yeah, Greta Grunberg just wants to get it from him, and,
Oh my
but I was like, wasn't she a child when she was an activist started?
Yeah,
Yes, but she's
yeah.
19 now.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, if someone had said that
instantly,
sooner,
it's okay.
no, it's not okay.
No, that's
Still-
how
it's
that's
still
how, I know,
creepy as shit.
that's how they do it though.
But it threw a flag. I was like, isn't she like a child? Like, why the fuck are people
Yeah.
saying this? You know, and people just don't get that.
That's what they did to try to defend. They're like, fuck, well, we
I
gotta
wouldn't
say
defend
something
nothing.
about her.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so, when you have followers like that, there's people that'll fucking follow you mindlessly and think everything's cool. They'll defend you
Right.
and just say shit just to
Mhm.
avoid getting your ass in trouble.
Yeah,
Which
but
is it's funny. That's just kind of like, speaking of which, like you were saying with the whole, you ever done something that fucked, that it was your fault and type of shit? Check this out really quick.
all right, let's
There's
check this
a-
out.
North Carolina, broadcaster or whatnot.
So I'm gonna play this video
play
right
it,
here,
hear
real
it.
quick. All
Let's
right.
see if here's the sound.
911.
And amongst all the illegal aliens down in El Paso, it's UCLA 14 and Pittsburgh 6. That's with 11:15 to go in the second quarter. Let's go to the sidelines. Tony Hayes.
So this broadcaster said illegal aliens amongst all the the ones in El Paso.
And Einstein has left the building.
He instantly got suspended. But I guess
love
because
you.
right now there's something
You look
going on
very
in El
sexy
Paso
today.
where there's a lot of
Damn.
immigrants crossing over and they're kind of like housing them in the stadium. But he just straight up said that during the broadcast like it was nothing.
No shame.
Amongst all
No,
the-
my man had no shame to pull this. Like,
Did you see how there was no pause?
Like there was no
nothing
pause. It was
about
all continuous,
Yeah,
flowing. He
and-
knew he wasn't saying,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Fuck it."
He gave
He's like,
no,
hey guys, watch this. I'm gonna do it.
You know what's great? Not even the second dude talking after him didn't say shit. And yeah, he's suspended and possibly fired. But yeah, they suspended him.
There you go. That's digging your own grave right there.
I was like, well, there goes his job.
Yeah. Like, why would you say that on national television with millions of people watching it? Like, geez,
And
like,
it's
are you
hard 'cause,
that dumb. Like,
they got
wow.
a little immigrant crisis going on over there right now, but he's stupid for using that those words, poor choice of words, and not
Yeah.
not elaborating on what's going on, but just talking
yeah,
about.
it's a mess down there right now, and
Mhm.
it's hard to see because you're like, I don't know what to do. Like all these, because there was obviously because the COVID laws,
Mhm.
immigration kind of became a little bit more stricter. Now that those are going to go away, that's the problem. And I think people don't realize that we just ignored it for a bit.
Mhm.
So it's going to happen soon. And I wouldn't be surprised if more shit like that happens where commentators just get a little reckless. And again, it's supposed to be an entertaining factor, probably not the best use of it.
No, yeah. I mean, like people usually.
Maybe
Yeah,
on
not
his
to use a
maybe
word.
on his own podcast. you
Yeah,
know?
Right, exactly.
Do that shit on your own time.
Yeah. But speaking of which, Jolene, do you have anything like that? Where a situation where you pretty much put yourself in that situation where you kind of fucked up.
Where, like, I accidentally, like, kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where you like where.
One time,
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't remember what I said, but so I was with a bunch of my buddies at the chow hall, and I wasn't trying to make light of the situation, but I was just trying to connect with them. And
You use the hard R
I
word.
said something. Oh no! Even this is probably like
Ruh-roh?
the biggest sin I probably could have
Ruh-roh.
done. I'm still like I still like kick myself for this. I don't know how I said it or what I said it, but it was like a huge offensive. So I had mentioned one of the so when someone dies in combat or like suicide or something, like you get like a black like metal bracelet, like the remembrance bracelets, and I had kind of made light of that. Like I was kind of like coming. Oh, it's like yeah, and then you'll come home with like bunch of those bracelets on your like hand or something like that. Again, it was terrible to say. I don't know why I said it, but everybody at the table, because there was a guy who had it, they're like, no, you don't say that. Like I got like blacklisted right there. I was like, oh my god, I didn't mean for this to be offensive. I'm so sorry. Like
Right,
that's
you were
like the
just-
worst thing I probably could have said.
You were just
That's way worse than the R word or saying midgets or something. Like,
you were
way worse.
you were just talking shit and then the shit became real and you're like, oh damn.
Like, oh shit, I'm
yeah,
around a whole bunch of people I don't
was
normally
like,
hang
oh
out
my god,
with.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry, sometimes my
Yeah, so
mouth
that
just
was-
says things.
And you know what? That
I
happens
like
often.
Yeah, I think that then ever since then I've never said anything about anything close to that, like never, because I was like, I don't remember exactly what I said or how I said it, but the whole table was like, you crossed like at this line, like no, don't. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, shit, yeah, you're right. Like, I wish I would have just said the R word. Like,
It felt just as bad.
yeah.
look. To instigate, you still can.
No, right? Not on our podcast, but you still can. No, well, if you ever do remember, just don't say it again. You'd be like, hey guys, I remember what I said that I'm not supposed to say.
Right. Tell us offline. But no, that's good.
Yeah,
At least,
and
not
the
good,
back
but
count.
good news is you learn from it. Hopefully, it could have been a whole lot worse. So that's good.
Oh yeah, you could have like fought me in the chow hall or something. Like that would have like things could have gone real south. But they were just like, no, you don't make jokes about that. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean I wasn't making fun of this guy that passed that's on your arm right now.
Yeah, you're lucky Nate wasn't over there right now. He would have chin checked you over there.
It's kind of like what had me
but
messed up. Like there was two that people would say that was fucked up. Like when Paul Walker passed away, and then people were like, if you crash in like a game or something like that, they'd be like, I Paul Walkered. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. And like,
Yeah,
or
when
the
someone's
same thing
death
with-
happens, like you got to give them time, right? So that people can get adjusted to that. Some people are like, oh, it's too soon. Like,
But there's people that do that, like that
Never too
say
soon.
fucked up shit like super
Right,
soon.
because
And you know what sucks? Like I guess I take death kind of awkward too, so I can think of it. But keep that shit to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or like the people that you can kind of trust.
Yeah, like
You
the most messed up one that I've heard was like, damn, that one's messed up. But like, basically, like when you go AWOL, they'll be like, oh, you Chris Benoit. They're like, damn, yeah, no, that's. For people like references, Chris Benoit was a WWE badass WWE person, and then he just basically lost it when Eddie Guerrero passed away, and basically like killed himself and his family. So when people are like, yeah, you go AWOL, you go Chris Benoit, yeah, and it's not fun.
See, and you don't think about shit like that until it's kind of like somebody that that's you're related to or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I think it's funny until. Like the closest that has happened to me as far as like a superstar goes would be like Kobe when Kobe died.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, probably like a couple of days. 'Cause I was
wow,
like,
that
man,
was tough. Yeah.
yeah, that was the hella tough for me. I don't really care about superstars like that because I see them as normal people. But if they kind of impact me or if they motivate me, then I'm like, yeah. And he was one of those few that did it. And then somebody like, I don't know what the fuck happened, either toy or some shit, and crashed. And they'd be like, Kobe. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what? And I never thought about that before prior to that moment when somebody would say like a joke. And I'm like, man, like, that's funny. But I was like, you're a fucking asshole. Like,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's what it's like when I do dumb shit. Like
Right.
that.
It's
So
only
I'm
like when
maybe I should watch what the fuck I
It's
do
Kobe
or
if you
say.
made it in his trash can. It's Kobe if you're not. Made it. And that's the
Exactly. Right
problem.
now he's got both. So, but yeah, that one just stings more too. Because
But I have a funny story about the black lace.
Go
I
for
have
it.
a funny story about the black braces on the other side. So, again, if someone dies, you wear like a metal black bracelet. And so I was out in the field, and I was saying something. No, it's like if I don't get off this, because I was out on an island on a field op. They're like, if I don't get off this island, you're about to have another bracelet on your arm. And I was like,
man.
and then the other guy was like, I'd wear the shit out of you. He was like, if you didn't, I would haunt you. So like, there's
Shit.
other ways that like they were making fun of it, and it was funny. But like the one time I make the joke, it's not funny.
It's
It was a
prob-
different group of
It
people.
probably could have been,
But
yeah.
I was
That's what I was
just
gonna say.
thought it
Like
was
you
funny,
probably
like-
didn't know these other people, and then
Yeah.
like
that's usually how it is. You got to know who you're around. And be wary. Like if somebody would have said something like that to you, probably about somebody that passed away that you were close to, you'd probably get really offended.
right.
Part of you might think that's funny,
Mhm.
but since it's close to you, you're like, yeah, you want to fight them or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's how
but
it is with like,
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of
I
things.
just
with-
like,
like with the whole cancel culture thing that goes on. When
mhm.
people do that, when it benefits them, they want to call out and cancel people, but they would probably do it or
Mhm.
say something like that, something messed up.
Talking about canceling, I
if they
know
got canceled, yeah.
Kim Kardashian recently did an interview with podcast, and they talked to her about the Balenciaga stuff. Because Balenciaga came out with like a fashion shoot with children with like stuffed teddy bears that had BDSM stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not appropriate. And then another thing they showed was like one of their background documents for like a spread was literally talking about
The Supreme Court case where it was something about
child pornography.
child pornography that I forgot. Don't quote me, but I think they said that it's not protected under the Constitution.
Yeah.
or something
And like
that.
it's featured on there, right?
Yeah.
And again, Harry Styles also did another with Gucci with the similar outfit. Like he had a crib, like walking around. Like that's, and Gucci's owned by Balenciaga, right? So there's like a lot of allegations going on. Like, what are you guys doing back there, right? And who's the biggest I would say,
Yeah.
influencer attached to it is Kim Kardashian. But again, Kim Kardashian did nothing there. Like the whole time, she's not involved with this scandal, like at all. And people are like, why aren't you saying something? You know, like, is it someone's
Oh my God.
responsibility to call out?
Yeah.
It's that whole thing about silence is violence. You're like, if you're even affiliated, you're supposed to say something. Like, even though it had nothing to do with you, like, you know, it's like it's the same thing as a podcaster saying this and that and that, and then they come onto our show and be like, do you denounce this guy?
But here's the problem. When is it a good time for you to sit down and actually think about what you're going to say before you say it, and instead of being rushed into an opinion, right?
Thank you. That shit's been hitting me for like the past
Yeah.
couple of weeks. Like, we're like, yo, give people a fucking chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't pressure somebody into doing the right fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Try to actually educate them. And when people fuck up, everybody fucks up, especially the people that are pointing out that other people are fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want to do is
Exactly.
change. You don't want to make them fake this shit. No, you want to like educate them, give them a chance, because that's how you learn. Unfortunately, us as fucking humans, we have to fuck up to learn. Hopefully, it ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying? But you know, don't go crazy on people too. Like, what if that was you in your situation? You'd probably, you know, buy excuses and all that type of shit. But yes, you know, like that, like. How the fuck is she gonna become the whole main thing of everything? Like if it was fucking her that did that, like
It's not her
ran those-
company.
like
she works
ran
with
those-
them, but she doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't know where
right?
she's the PR person for them. Like,
You know,
like,
it's
that's not her
funny
job.
because I feel like, you know who got pressured into hella shit like that kind of annoys me is LeBron James, because
Yeah,
he's so famous, you know, and he has so much power, whatnot. Like, they always kind of like pressure him to always fucking saying something about something when he probably doesn't study or look into this shit, but he's just got to come out with a reaction, and he says something before fucking thinking.
And that's a hot take. That's not
Yeah.
really an opinion or thought
yeah, but that's kind
process.
of
But they
on him
blow it
though.
up,
but
but they
that's kind of on him though, because he is so open. How do you say it? He's so open, like discusses about stuff that like everybody's like, okay, well, since he's openly discussing about this, let's talk to him about that. You know, like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's kind of on him. You
It's
know,
both, because we put him there. You know what I'm saying? As fucking people, but then he needs to learn how to step back, and you know, cheesy here, but with great power comes great responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn,
he
he
needs
did it like that. He did it like that.
he needs to
Ben?
he needs to
Is that
chill
you?
and think. You know what I'm saying?
Is that you,
And-
Ben?
and educate.
we can talk about
you know?
Ben.
He needs to take a step back. You know, but he usually doesn't. That's when I'm like, yo, something can just fucking happen, and like 30 minutes or an hour later, he says something, and everybody
yeah,
flocks
because
to it, and
everybody
it's
looks to like everybody thinks that celebrities have this great wisdom. No, they don't. They're
See,
normal
and
people like
I don't
us.
want to say
They
that they.
definitely
I don't want to
don't.
say that they don't completely, because they're humans like us. You know what I'm saying? We all. You can have fucking great wisdom, and you're people will consider you a fucking nobody.
Being
Right.
You know what I'm
idolized
saying? You
gives
don't-
you influence and it gives you power, but the power does not mean it gives you the knowledge to do everything.
Exactly. And it doesn't mean that you're always correct. And like, if you're gonna say some shit like that, you should be able to go back on your word and correct yourself when you're wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them don't do that. That's the fucking problem.
And
you know?
how often do people like fact check, like, oh, you said this, and then you went back? Like, no one ever
They really don't.
listen to the apology, right?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, I messed up. You know.
Oh, but he actually changed his mind. I was like, oh, I didn't see that episode when LeBron said that. Oh,
Right,
I just
that's
got
how
stuck
that's
on the
how it
first
is with like the news also. Like
yeah.
they want to be quick to break the story, have a bunch of wrong shit in it, and then it's always the retraction that never gets the like the
attention.
views, because it's not what people are looking for.
And that's our fault as people
not
too, as
clickbait.
well,
No, nobody wants to
because
see
we like that
apologies.
entertainment shit, you know. And like, oh, we don't want to know
Right.
that we were fucking wrong. We really was wrong.
We wanna-
you know? Fucking show us somebody arguing.
We
and
wanna see the
somebody dying or
controversy.
some shit. It's
Yeah, exactly.
So another thing.
Everybody
that,
loves drama.
oh yeah, the drama. That's what makes it sweet and juicy. You know?
real world.
But like Kim K went back and talked about Kanye, right? Like everyone's like, "Oh, Kanye," and Kim K, like, "What's going on there?" Right? Obviously, he's been a little unhinged when it came to Pete Davidson. I feel like he's dialed it back a little bit ever since then. Like ever
on
ever
Pete
since they-
Davidson.
yeah, on Pete Davidson. Well, I feel like that's when he really started to get a little too like crazy with us. Because that's when he was having issues with Adidas, right? He was having issues with the school he has that's no longer operating. Mainly because a lot of those problems stemmed from Pete Davidson being involved, and he was worried about the way his children were going to be raised.
Yeah.
And she said a very interesting thing. She was mentioning like, "Hey, all those problems that the world knows about, my kids don't know about. Like, I make sure that they at school have their life drama free, essentially, with all the people
No,
around."
it's good. As they should.
But like, how much influence do you have to exert on that to control your child's life like that. That's one, impressive, and two, that's also a very
Yeah, I
scary
see.
thing, because that's what I would say is a helicopter parent. But I'm like, for her, it's more of a I kind of need to,
Yeah.
because her family's such a big headline always. Whenever something happens,
people are gonna feed them stuff. You know,
Yeah.
she's got to make sure.
they got to make sure it's private somehow, and that's a tough thing, because for us normal folk, you helicopter parent, but for a celebrity, oh shit, no, they require it. Like, she has to pay extra so they can have security in that school for her children. You know,
It's crazy that you say that too, because like I be thinking about that with my kids. Like when they're around, you know, certain types of people or toxic shit like that. Like I try not to get involved, but in a sense, I'm like, man, you know what? This is how they learn. And if I don't say something, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna be thinking that shit's okay. But it was like I don't want to hover too fucking much and like hand feed them, you know, or spoon feed them the rest of their fucking life. So sometimes I chill and like I'm like, you know what? No, like if nobody else around them is gonna be teaching them the correct way or something like that,
someone else
like I got to do something. And it sucks because you end up helicoptering when you don't want
To me, it's different though. Like to me, like there's a difference between helicoptering and then actually like teaching. You know, like I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, like you know, like if like for instance me, like if my kids are around. If my babies, they're gonna be my babies forever, right? But like, if my kids are around other kids that are just, you know, just bad apples, right? I'm gonna tell them, I'm like, you can't hang out with them, you know, like I'm sorry, like, but you know, like yeah, you know, you gotta let them fall, you gotta let them get dirt on their knees and all that right there, you know. But at the same time, you know, like it's your job to, you know, quote unquote, set them on the right path, you know. So like, I don't really see it as hovering. It's more like, you know, you doing your job as a parent. You know what I mean? Hovering would be more like you're with them 24/7. You're like, you know, like oh, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. Like, you know, yeah, they got to learn on their own, but at the same time, you know, like you have to be the quote unquote wiser
Monitoring.
one. Yeah, exactly. You know,
It's just hard as
gotta
fuck,
be
man.
the adult. You know?
exactly,
Monitoring.
exactly.
Sucks.
Yeah, like to me, like you know, like it's gonna suck, but like you know, if my kids don't like me because like I'm trying to lead them on the right way, I'd rather them not like me, like you know, because I'm trying to lead them on the right way than you know them messing up or like you know messing up on their own. Like you know, yeah, it's cool to mess up on your own. You have to do it, but at least learn from my experiences as me going through it. You know, that's what I've never. Like that's what like you know parents, you know, like you thought like you knew it all and your parents would tell you this, you know, not you, Nate, your dad's went to go get milk, you know, but you know,
Just rub it in, bro. Just rub it in.
They'll be back, bro. I'll show you.
yeah, you know, like it's just like you know like when you go back to like thinking about your parents, you know, like they're like, oh, they yell at you for this, they yell at you for that, you know, because like that they're trying to teach you the lesson, you know.
Yeah. So just to segue just a little bit from that topic, when does it become like an Encanto thing where you're a parent individual that's telegraphing all of those problems that you had into your child, you know?
I thought you were about to say, don't talk about Bruno.
No, well, think about it. There's a lot of similarities between what grandma felt and was telling their kids and their grandchildren to do, right? Because again, they think they know best. And when are they going to listen to their child, who's also a learning individual, growing and experiencing life, sees things that you probably don't see anymore because you're an adult? The world's different from different point of views, right?
Exactly.
Like if you ever talk to a kid and have them draw a picture of an adult, they're gonna draw from a point of view up, and they're probably gonna draw your fucking nostrils while you're drawing a picture of them, and you're gonna draw them all tiny, right? Like there's the difference there, and they see different things because of that.
And it's hard, bro. And that's like, I think we was talking about this a couple weeks back too as well. But like, just trying to find that fucking balance is so hard. Because I'm like, you know what? Like, I think like I was saying, like, you know, I've been through my struggles and the shit I've been through, and I think we were talking about this right before. And
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
talked
you know
about
what?
mentors and stuff like that too.
When my son does things that I do, sometimes it's like, it like irks me because he didn't do none of this shit when I was younger. But it's like, you know, I got to think like, fuck, he's not me though. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he's got a fucking dad around. So for like right off the bat, his life is completely different from the way mine was, and then having more money and all that type of shit. So sometimes I just got to try to shut the fuck up or apologize and whatnot and be like, you know what? Let's let him live his fucking course because he's not going to be going through all the things that I maybe later on. So I want to prep him, but at the same time, you know, like, shit, he's not me. It's just so hard finding that, man. I wish there was a fucking easy button for parents.
No,
I'm
fuck
like, I'm just
that.
trying to make
If it was
the-
easy, everyone could do it, right?
Yeah. No.
So, Jill, let me ask you this: where's an instance that your parents or older relative did something and you're like, really? Like, I don't know better because it's my life. That you're just like, you have to respectfully be like, whatever, just say your piece and be done with it, right? Because we all have an instance of that.
Well, my dad was he's a definitely textbook narcissist and was a helicopter dad.
Ooh.
And so he was always like, oh, don't let me do this. don't let me do that, or like buy like age inappropriate gifts that were like too young for me, or like maybe a little bit too old for me. Like it was just like my whole life was literally that one question. I'm like, Dad, really, really, like.
So,
That was like there's no one instance because there's too many instances.
so who do you think has it harder, a dad with their daughter or a mom with their son? That's a tough one.
I think a dad with their daughter in the sense of like they want to like protect their little princess. I feel like I think just raising I don't know, I'm gonna raise strong independent girls who's not gonna take shit from anybody. I mean that's just me.
You got to
Gotta
count.
have good manners, of course.
You got to balance that. There we go. You know, still be able to be
Yeah,
supportive and
good
all that type of
manners.
shit, but just make sure they choose the right
Yeah.
one. That's the same thing like with my daughter. I know she's gonna have that because that's what her mom is like. I'm like, all right, but maybe she don't have to be too aggressive or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you find the one, it's okay to be. I don't want to say submissive, but you know, don't take that wrong. But you know, that's your partner. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Always. When you need to be an asshole or aggressive and do what you got to do it. But you don't need to do that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the time and place for things.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Because then you'll just be a bully. You'll just be like, and that'd be the same thing for dudes too, like overly aggressive dudes.
Exactly.
Just overly aggressive people. Yeah, but like having the balance of like setting good boundaries with people. Like if someone's like if she's in a fight, I want her to like, clap back. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, they're fighting. Like, no, do something. Don't just stand there. Like Jesus. Like
It's funny because as a guy,
that's just
I was always told to you got to be able to handle your shit, right? And I'm always just like, all right, well I'm 100 moves prepared. I'm like the wannabe Batman here, and everyone's like, why do you do that? Why do you take on so much? I'm like, no, I just don't want to be left like without an answer for a solution. Like if I have to depend on someone, it'll be limited to I know exactly they can do it and I rely on them, right? But that's also been a long learning process. Like how do I trust people with that ability, you know? And,
delegation.
God, that's been such a mess because like if you're like in a part, you have your partner and you're like, how do I trust him with this part? You know, it's slowly, gradually over time. But like that's always made like teamwork hard for me. Like, yeah, you saw me come in here and I set up all of this on my own and you guys are like, all right, you guys are quick. But like I knew I could do this ahead of time, you know? And
not everyone talk about how Einstein tried to help you and you slapped his hand.
It's trust issues like
no touchy. Yeah.
I get the same shit, man. I like it sometimes it like I don't want to say it's controlling and all that type of shit, but it kind of comes off like that. But it's reality is it's almost like a trust issue shit. Like I know I can count on myself for a whole bunch of things that other people can't do, or at least they're not going to put the passion, whatever it is, to it. So it's like, fuck, man. So it's like when you get that trust, like I really got to trust you if I think you're going to be able to do something. If not, it's just, hey, you're not there yet. Let me do it. But it feels great if you can trust somebody, you know. So
and again, we're just to reference like the daughter portion. You want them to be their own individual, stand on their own. I feel like I've seen a lot of people come in and don't realize they can trust, and that's a weird dynamic. Like, yeah, the guys do that already, but that's by default. Like, we don't have a choice. Like, you need to clean your room. You got to do this by yourself, and you have to do this things like stuff that we're like, oh shit, what the hell, you know? Like everyone's got to clean the room, mind you. But there's gonna add stuff that only the guys could be able to do by themselves. Girls are like, all right, you need to
no matter what
helping me. Yeah. I often find it when the house chores are divvied up between me and my cousins because my house is only guys. But when I was with my cousins, the girls can like work and collaborate together, and I was stuck outside doing the chores. You know, like what the hell? No one wants to do the lawn with me. What the fuck?
Right.
And again, I get it. It's outdoor labor, but I was like, I couldn't get one other cousin. Like didn't matter who, just one other person with me to help me with this. And they're like, that's when I learned. I was like, all right, shit, I gotta do it by myself. So let me get started, you know? That's always a fun one.
Yeah. When I growing up, like my mom and me, like I didn't have the luxury of like really like I had my grandpa, like we lived in a duplex, so he lived downstairs, but like I didn't have the luxury of like, oh, like outdoor work. Like I had to go mow the lawn. Like that's what I had to do. I had to weed whack. I had to clean up the grass clippings and, rake and, all of that shit, or like take out the trash. Like there was no like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the chores had to be done. So there was no like, you do the cleaning and cooking, he does the lawn work, like stuff like that. So I'm just like, if I can do it, like I think it's a human necessity, right? It is like an adult thing that you have to do. So I think that chores shouldn't be like only women or only men do these things because it's a life thing.
See, you're right, and I think if
Yeah, 'cause
anything, it's got to
you know.
be like again, balanced out kind of shit. Like you're gonna have what you're probably better at, and you should stick to. But to appreciate the shit that other people do, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to try it out too as well, because then you're gonna think it's fucking nothing. But yeah, instead of just separating roles, if you switch them, be like, all right, I don't like taking the trash. All right, we'll take out the trash so you see what it's like. Wash the dishes so you see what that's like. And then if you're cool with where you're at, cool. But don't demean the other person's, role that they chose to do or whatnot because you've never done it.
It's funny you say that because I literally posted a meme on our chat that said women are supposed to be like the homemakers and make food and stuff like that. And then you see the guy get real close. They're supposed to be called life skills, son.
Exactly.
You can't do that shit. You're failing. You know?
That's what I do
Like,
with my
seriously.
kids too. Like they teach them both how to cook, both how to throw away trash, do all that stuff. And I'm like, look, you're probably gonna end up doing different stuff, but I need you to know how to actually take care of yourself because it's not somebody else's responsibility. It's yours to live your own life. Now, when you live with somebody, you can probably split it up or however you guys do it. But
because
I'm not gonna make it seem like the only reason you're with somebody is because you fucking need them to do this one task or these couple tasks.
That sounds so vain too.
Because you
Codependent.
because you I don't want no codependency at all.
But not only that, you're also teaching them like life without living with you guys.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be like, once you're trying to prep them for like, okay, you're out of the house now. You're like, oh shit, like, you don't want them life to hit them too hard. You still want them to be able to like learn the basic stuff, like cook, clean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's supposed to be
The only
our job,
codependency you're allowed to have is the cuddles. Okay, you can't live without those. No. But yeah, cooking. Everyone should know at least how to make a decent like rice and beans. At least
At least learn how to open the can right.
Something simple.
It's
easy.
crazy.
Like tuna's out there,
can.
guys.
You
It's
can't
cheap
open
as shit
it.
too.
Right.
Everything, man. Like that's crazy, dude. And then there's so many videos nowadays
Yeah,
that
but
there really
we-
shouldn't be an excuse.
We live
Like,
in the world of information now. Like, what's stopping you guys
Exactly.
from trying?
You know what I'm
I get
saying?
money's a problem, but like, lemonade stand. I don't know. Make some money.
Right.
it's crazy. My daughter's
Yeah.
like hit and miss on this. Sometimes she act like she can't do shit even though we teach her because it's like she don't pay attention. But if she's seen some shit on a fucking TikTok video or something like that, all of a sudden she's a fucking pro. You know what I'm saying? She can do everything. Now, like, how about you research the stuff that we're telling you?
Yeah,
to
there's not
do?
enough TikTok videos on how to throw trash, bro. I'm just saying.
I'm like,
Do you still throw trash this way? What an amateur! Try
Yeah.
these next moves.
Exactly.
Life hack.
This is
Bro,
how we, this is
that's
how
what we need to
wash
do
the
to elevate our
dishes.
podcast. We got to start
Yeah.
making this
Just
shit.
throw
no
it
one
out the
wants
window and
Let's do
somebody else will
That'd-
pick it up
that'd
for
be
you.
Cool, yeah. Like this
to-
is
Just
why,
don't get caught.
why the dishes are fun to wash. You know, like, no.
Hey, yo, I actually like washing dishes. No.
You know what's funny? Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. Like we have a dishwasher, right?
Uh-huh.
It's called my wife, but
That's-
we have a dishwasher, right? And it's funny though, cause like
Oh, I
I
canceled today.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't use it. I hate using it. Like for whatever reason,
You don't
my
trust it.
dumbass thinks that it takes too long. The 5 minutes it takes for me to load up the dishwasher takes too long. So I'd rather do it for 40 minutes, 30 minutes washing the dishes. I don't use the dishwasher. I hate using it for whatever reason, right? But my girlfriend, no, she loves using the dishwasher, but like I don't know. It's just I don't know. I like to wash the dishes instead of using the dishwasher.
See, I feel you. It's a trust issue for me.
Oh.
We would wash the dishes.
You've had food poisoning before.
Yeah,
huh?
we would wash the dishes and then we put them in so like 45 minutes,
Well,
whatever it
cool.
takes to wash the dishes, and then put them in the dishwasher for another 45, 50 minutes.
Talk about being efficient with the water.
Yeah,
buddy. Yeah.
I know,
I'm
right?
sorry, I'm
You're the
sorry,
reason California.
I'm sorry, California.
Nah, don't be sorry.
Yeah,
Um,
but that's me. I don't know. The dishes, like I can't use a dishwasher. I don't like it kind of like it like I know she's listening, but like it kind of annoys me when there's like
She would give you
maybe
shit,
like 5 or 6 dishes and like she loads them up in the dishwasher. I'm like, by the time you loaded them up, like they could have been washed, like I don't know. It's
Exactly.
just
I don't. No, I don't have a dishwasher, and I'm okay with that because it's only me, so that's not bad.
so you are the
And,
dishwasher.
Well, I have a.
My grandma, I am. So you say that. So my grandma, and grandpa never had a dishwasher. They always did it by hand, and so my grandma would always say that she had, however old my grandpa was. So if when he was 74, it's like I have a 74-year-old dishwasher, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, what's the brand? Well, how long does it last?" Like,
That's
incredible.
reliable.
And then she was like, "It's my grandpa. It's my husband."
You're lucky.
like,
you're lucky
it was
she didn't
just,
say
like,
I
this
kick it to
funny
get started.
Gotta talk to it real nice, you know.
Come on, Bertha.
Kiss it a little bit, be like, "Oh, reliable."
You know, I
Here we
like.
go.
I get how it works, but I still don't feel like it does a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like
All right,
it's
so
just.
here's a controversial question for all the dishwashers out there, me included. Do you guys soak your dishes before you like put hot water? You know, clog the sink, hot water, rinse it with dish soap, and let it soak. Do you guys do that?
I do that.
Depends on what it
sometimes.
is.
Yeah, I do it for like the pots and pans for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I always try to do that. I'll soak them to try to get stuff off. Then I'll scrub them, and then I'll soak them again. Like, I don't want to say I waste water, but I waste water.
So you just do it better than the dishwasher, like
Yeah,
the
I
literal
try.
dishwasher.
And then I was
He's
still
like, I do
doing
it
it.
twice, son.
I'm sorry, man. I'm like, that's what I tell my kids too when I try to get them to wash the dishes. I was like, because sometimes like they do that shit hella fucking crazy, hella quick. And I'm like, do it like you're gonna eat off of it right now. You know what I'm saying? So
All of a sudden, oh shit, it's not good enough.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do that for
That's
like
a good one,
like
yeah.
pots and pans also. Like that's like I'll throw get the hot water going, then I'll like throw some dish soap in there and then just fill it up with water, and then like I'll do those till the end, so this way they had time to soak.
Yeah.
But I used to do the filling up the sink and then like letting them soak in there, but then like I don't know, to me that kind of took more time, so I'm like
Did.
nah, I just
It
like
does.
yeah, basically what I do is like I don't know, I do the dishes weird, so like I have them all on one side, right, like the dirty ones, right, and I wash when I'm washing them, I'm like hovering over the dirty ones so the soap then gets onto the dirty ones,
So
and then like
So
yeah,
they're getting a little bit of the clean.
yeah, so okay,
You
so
gotta
you get,
recycle. It's California.
okay, yeah, exactly. So and then I just move those onto the clean side, and then once I have enough in the clean side, I rinse those and like just repeat. But I don't know. To me, I feel like if I don't do that, then the soap isn't like doing its job.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta
So-
maximize. So I do
Yeah.
that, and it's sometimes like I usually do like before starting, like I would at least soak them in soap. So I'll put soap like everywhere because I'm like
Yeah.
I gotta make sure every part of these fucking dishes get it. My wife thinks I'm fucking wasting soap, but I feel like don't tell her, but like
The
you're
55
not washing them right. You know
the
what I'm saying?
55
Like,
gallon drum of Dawn.
if I have 3 different soaps, I'll put them all. We got like a spray foam one, and then just the regular Dawn.
Yo,
and the
Dawn's been
off-brand.
stepping up their game, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I
I got
just-
that foam frame.
Yeah,
I
I
was
got
like,
that.
oh,
So
that
it's
shit's
hella. It's
fire,
a powerful
dude.
smell, but I'll do all of them, and then I would do like exactly what you do, and then after that, towards the end, I'll get a different scrub. Like I use my scrub.
Oh,
I
yeah,
get the
hands
hard,
down.
the wool one for the hard stuff, and I'll get a regular sponge, to go, and then I'll get a clean one for after I clean them, and I'll go over one more time because I'm like I don't want to use the same sponge because I'm like it's dirty, it's gonna dirty it again.
So the Hispanic
He has-
in me
he has-
does the soaking on the stove. So like you fill it up with water
Yeah.
and soap, and then you
You
put it
boil
on the
that
turn it
stove,
shit.
on
yeah.
a little bit just to heat it up, so
There
all
you
that
go,
residue just
steam boil
chunks
that
out,
shit.
Yeah.
and then you toss it out, and then you start rub like crazy shit.
Guys, welcome to the home
are you guys-
episode of
Look at us.
Purposes and References.
Right? Oh no, we're the dishwashers. Nah.
We have been promoted to
Are you,
dishwashers.
are you the
There
guys,
you
the
go.
type of guys that like I'm putting in the sink to soak, but it's literally just like something that you ate fruit out of, and you put a little bit of water in there, and then you sit there and you come back like a day later, but it was soaking, but nothing needed to be soaked. You should have just done it right then.
I'm like that depends on the food that I eat. Like it's just like if I know that it's gonna get like really hard and crusty, then I might put some water in it. But then sometimes I just get lazy and I'm just like I just throw it in the sink
Yeah,
and that's
it's
it.
crazy. It's like at least I did something.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'm like keeping this water in there so it doesn't get exactly like you said hard and shit. But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it just literally depends on what the food is. Like, I mean, if you're eating cereal, then like it's you don't need it. But like if you're eating like I don't know like
Chicken noodle soup.
It's
does that get hard if you leave it there? I don't know.
hella shit can get hard if you just leave
Yeah,
it.
I know, but
I try to at least tell the kids, at least rinse it. But if you're not gonna wash it, at least rinse it, please.
Right.
It helps
Save
so
us some
much.
time.
Yeah, it's funny because
always clear your food, guys. Don't leave it on the plate. That's lazy.
especially if you're not gonna wash it.
Especially
like
since you have to
Yeah.
use the napkin anyways. Just
Mhm.
clean that shit off right there and toss it in the trash, y'all. And then you'll get to it when you get to it.
working as maintenance, you would
Yeah.
be surprised of like the shit that I find in people's garbage disposals. I get calls for garbage disposals
my
all the
God.
time. Yeah, they're like, my garbage disposal isn't working. I'm pulling out like 5 different types of screws,
that a
a
dildo?
penny and stuff like that. Like it is so crazy.
What is this
What?
white substance? How did that get? in there?
Right?
It winks at you. Oh fuck, I'm done.
Well, I got to get to bed, guys, because I'm taking my mom into the airport at like 5 tomorrow morning. So it's like, ugh.
Oh no, call us
So
when you're in the
I'll
airport.
See myself out.
All right. Thank you for joining
Yeah,
this
I
session
will.
today. If we don't hear from you later, which we probably won't, have a happy new year.
Yeah, thank you
Enjoy.
again.
Take care.
You too.
Be
You too,
safe.
guys. Always a joy.
See you next time.
Bye.
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 So, back to the.
Back to the real questions about taxes and
Yeah,
avoiding
right?
them. No, I'm just kidding.
I like how we got all detailistic about dishes, bro. Like what?
Because we watched.
You know why?
We
bro?
can't get there because Z always.
This is
a
natural.
dictator. He
This
won't let us.
exactly. And then he gets mad that we don't answer his questions. Then when we do answer them,
Because he's so like anal retentive about him too. It's like
no,
why?
he's anal. Definitely, he receives and gives anal. All right, so
Poor
we just
guy
messaged
can't
him right
defend
now,
himself.
like, you get one question.
he came on. He
Me-
can
message-
defend himself.
Yeah, it's crazy. Message with a question. We'll do one question for you. If you're listening right now, Z.
So I actually have a list of questions. So
he already sent me like 10.
no. So like
He's
with,
texting you.
we get questions, right? So perfect or describe your idea for a perfect day. This is 12 weeks ago, so we kind of have to respond.
Damn.
Oh, his whole because yeah.
Do we though?
Right.
Let's see.
All right, you want to go to the recent one?
Most recent one.
yeah.
The most recent one is what question do you wish people would ask you?
I would like them to stop asking me how big it is.
It's not nice to put it on blast like that.
Right. What question would I wish people would ask me?
Honestly,
I think this is a test. I think he wants us to ask.
it's
him a
not by him.
question.
It's some random other person.
Okay, I was about
by
to say.
Sarah Panay.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. What would ask us?
That's I don't know. Like
I was gonna say how are you, but usually like if you ask that like genuinely,
You
maybe
care?
maybe
Yeah, do
follow
you
up.
care?
If
Yeah.
you actually care, then do that because
people
yeah,
ask you that as a greeting, all right? Because if you really tell them what's going on, they're gonna be like, I didn't
Yeah.
ask you that.
Yeah,
you know,
it-
like,
You want to get my
Exactly.
attention? Talk to me about some random current event.
Yeah.
And if I don't know about it, explain it to me. Like that's the question. Like, hey, do you know about this? No, tell me. I'll take that any day over. How are you? I'm good. Let me get my coffee. Bye. And just literally, coffee is my default out because I drink so much of it.
yeah,
that
like,
you're gonna go into a random Starbucks and they
See,
look at
like,
you, they're
would
gonna be
you-
like, so crypto today.
a good how are you
Yeah,
would be
right.
legit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, man, I'm real shitty. Oh. And they're like, fuck, what did I just dig myself into?
Yeah,
Right?
right.
I wasn't ready to have
And
this
it's like,
conversation.
well, shit, then don't fucking ask it. Then,
What's
you know what I'm
what's
saying?
called
Like,
what's that term? Trauma loading or trauma
I kind of understand where you're going now, but I
trauma
don't.
dumping. You just
Oh,
here,
yeah,
take
yeah.
this shit off of your chest.
Yeah, like, whoa.
Bro, like I get you don't have like the time right now, but damn, like
Because
you
it's-
need help.
It's crazy because I don't help people. Everybody daily. We all going through some shit. We all need to take a fucking load off. But a lot of people walking around like not really giving a shit. but
Z's
they're
getting the
asking,
load on.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that would be cool.
my favorite part about just random conversations, people want to talk. Like that's always interesting. I feel like they don't know how to talk about things directly. Like they'll be like, "I'm gonna just throw this thing on you to see how."
Yeah,
you
yeah, it also
react."
depends on who you're talking to, like, because they're like, I'm a very social person, and like I can just strike up conversations with anybody, like just because I can, But like, it also like there's just people that just don't want to talk to you, and you got to take the hint, Because like I've had people that I'm like, hey, what's up, like whatever, and like they're like, cool, and I'm like, all right, just continue to keep on walking, Like that's it is what it is, Like just people don't talk, and there's people that talk.
So I know you're the socialite, bro. What are you-
I'm about the same. I'm about I learned this fucking cool intro. Ambivert, Sometimes I'm
Oh, that's new one.
sometimes I'm an
The new
introvert.
one?
Sometimes I'm an extrovert.
Is that what you define as?
Are you neurodivergent now?
I got to make shit complicated. Nah, because it's like the same. Like sometimes, like I think for the most part, though, I can be very, very social. But if I feel a certain way or getting like a certain vibe, I'll shut the fuck down and I'll just like I'll wait till till like I'm home or just try to get out of there. But if I have to, yeah, I can definitely strike stuff up. But I'm not gonna try and strike something up with like if I keep trying and then there's nothing's happening out of this shit, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stop.
You're like
Deuces,
peace, deuces.
I'm trying. I just need something back.
Yeah, I tend to. I'm kind of good at reading people, and like, it's just like you can like to me. I just get the hint real quick, Like if I tell them, and they're like, if it's a one word response, then I'm like, all right, we're cool, like,
off and shit.
yeah, like we're good, like.
See, and it sucks because not every there's some people that just don't know how to communicate, so they may not be meaning like that, but it's like, well, at least try, bro. I know you feel you probably feel uncomfortable to strike this conversation, but it's not really super comfortable for me to doing this shit too, to just try to start this shit, lead this shit, and keep going. I'm just doing it. So it would be cool if people did that back.
See, you guys are the opposite of me. I'm the don't talk to me, please. I'm scared.
Don't touch me. Don't look at
I'm
me.
the introvert. Like I want to be home. I want to be sleeping. I just want to be doing my own thing. And it's funny because my girlfriend was like, I thought you were the outgoing social type. I'm like, listen, I match energy. I do it because I'm like, people don't want to see a Debbie Downer. Your boy is dark. I want to be asleep. Just let me be me, right? And I feel like people don't honestly like seeing that. So I'm like, oh, I'll just turn on the charm for the instance that I'm out. Because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. Again, I do socialize in that way. Like I'll match them.
You know how to not bring people down.
Yeah, but it's exhausting, dude. Like,
No, I get you.
there's a reason why I'm an introvert. I want to be home and sleep.
See, and that's why I learned that ambivert shit. It is just like hits. I don't know if it's spikes of anxiety and depression and type of shit like that.
Yo, boy,
but
you
it's
might
like-
need to check for
but-
ADHD, bro.
But I like staying home. I like doing shit. I mean, I paid to fucking live where the fuck I'm at. Why the
Right.
fuck am I gonna want to go out? But you know what does
Now you understand that we have food at home comment now.
Exactly. You
It's
know?
harder now.
You know, but it does make you appreciate when you are outdoors and do all that shit with people and
yeah.
whatnot. It does make you appreciate even more, like, you know, being home and all that shit. You know,
And people do that for like an escape, and I love that. But
So is that like, so I got say what you were again? The introvert, right?
I mean,
Introvert, but I thought introvert was only like antisocial. Cause is
That's my
that only
default.
being by yourself though, like away
you're
from
the
society?
quiet individual that just
just preferring not interacting, not talking much.
you just
Staying
choose
home.
Okay, because like
yourself.
how you guys said that you guys like being home. Like I love being home. Like I hate people. I hate being around people. But that like I said, I'm very social. Like I can, when I say that I'm social, that means like I can start up a conversation like nothing. You know, that's easy for me to do right there. But like if it came to like going out to trips or whatever, I'd rather go see a bunch of trees than go to the cities. You know that. But that's when you said like, you know, the introvert, like it's being home. Like,
All right, when you're at home and you have the preference to be with your family or in a room by yourself, what do you prefer?
being with family.
See, I don't have that option. But my like I'm always in and out through my house. Like I don't stay there often. I think this is the longest I've stayed, and that's because I'm house sitting. Everyone's not there at the moment, right? Because they're traveling. So your boy's loving it. I'm like, I get home, I get.
He does the
mad.
whole thing like where he like slides on the floor with his socks on.
Yeah, right. Like the Home Alone. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I get things done, and I like that. And then I finally get like, oh, I'm done by 7. Oh my God, that's so great. Like, it's a clean cut day. I'm done, and things get progressed. I feel like a household or social interaction takes that shit a lot longer. Like makes it a lot longer,
I
right?
feel you, dude.
I love people, but I also want to get my shit done.
Yeah, I get distracted really easily. And usually when there is people around, like with the dishes, like we was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes I can't do it. Like I need to have music. I need to have a fucking zone, and it's usually by my fucking self doing
Yeah.
shit how I fucking want to do. If not, like I can't do it. I don't know. Someone's telling me like I fucking can't, and I hate that shit.
I think our brains are programmed to instantly react to people, even if we don't want to, right? Like we will instantly be like, "Oh shit, someone's in our premise." Like now we have to socialize. We have to do like a front of like, I'm ready to respond in case something happens. You know, it's like a fight or flight, but for social anxiety, I guess.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
But just to say, we love people still. It just takes energy.
We love people, but Z forced us to make a podcast. So
Yeah,
there
he's
you
like,
go.
we have to meet up.
We couldn't do it
Gotta
from home.
socialize. Why?
We tried to just have a conference call from home, but
He didn't
wouldn't
like
take
that shit.
Yeah, we can't even like make that happen.
He's like, Zoom's expensive, bro. We can't afford. I'm like, bro, I'll pay for that shit if it means I can stay home.
That's what I'm saying. I got you.
Sheesh.
Well,
No,
it's
but
like- it's-
to be fair, if you're at home, I wouldn't be able to get it done either.
Because then you're gonna choose to but I'm home. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Shit.
exactly.
like,
Now you want
aw.
my home time? Like,
I don't know. It's crazy. We're fucked up in the head. or
We're
something.
messing with Z, but yeah, we love the guy.
do we though? We don't have to we don't have to say nothing nice about him.
Yeah.
It's a Z free day.
It's the end of the year. He gets one.
We just met him.
No, it's the end of the year. He shouldn't get none. Like it's a new year. Like
I haven't said it all, so
Okay, there you
I
go.
have to give him one.
Well, he did wish us pretty much a fucking bad year next year.
No, he literally did. He's like, no,
Yo, he didn't even say I'm playing or nothing. Did you catch that? Like,
and then he cut out.
it was serious. Like, fuck
He's
those.
like, bye. He didn't even put his outro and everything. He was like,
Right,
"Rush."
I hope you have a bad New Year's. Bye.
Literally, he's like, I'm gonna have a great one.
2023 is gonna.
That's the
suck for you
last
guys.
time I speak to him. He's like, he just died. He just
See?
disappeared.
And this is why we have trust issues. Says
know,
compliments. Makes
He's
us
our
feel
bro.
Good, and then
He's our
bam.
bro of all people.
And then he just takes it away.
He's like, you could try to be nice.
Or is he trying to teach us something?
Nah, he's not. He's just trying.
He's trying to teach us what he wants
we-
us to know.
So for those who don't know, he's our gaslighter. He's our resident gaslighter. Like we need him to be like controversial, and we don't want to be, but he's so good at just egging people on. And actually, the reason why I did this because he was like, let's push. So me being an introvert, he's the extrovert. We need each other to kind of build, right?
He is the extra.
Yeah, he's hella extra. Bro.
Yeah.
He's extra.
Hella extrovert.
Hella extrovert. Yep.
But where would we be without that? We need a Steve Jobs and a Wozniak.
See,
Always.
It's that balance, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Highlight that.
So, just one last thing before we go. So we talk about problems for next year, right? Like, oh shit, new year, new problems.
Right.
Just one thing I want to end off is like, always don't try to add things to you. More like fix things you've been wanting to. Don't put them off, right? I know that we all are so busy every day, and listeners, this is for you guys. Make sure you analyze what you want to change and commit to that. Don't add something, right?
So what you're saying is like work on the stuff that you're trying to work on now instead of trying to bring in new things and then suppressing the old stuff.
Make what you're working on now not a thing you're working on, but make it a consistent factor of your life. Like, I want to wake up early. Cool. I don't agree with that, but if you're going to wake up early, that means you got to try to go to sleep early, right? Like you got to have to understand what your ask is. So look inwards to where your problems are. Because sometimes it could be a simple fix. Like sometimes it's like, you know what? I sleep on the left side of the bed now instead of the right. And boy, it's the best sleep ever,
Yeah. I kind of took that as you saying, like, what kind of life? So, like, don't fucking add shit to your fucking arsenal trying to fix shit. Fix on the shit that you already fucking got now instead of, like, neglecting your other problems. Don't
Right.
add more problems.
Jack of all trades is better than a master of one, but still better than a master of none.
Yeah.
So just do
Jack of
something.
Yeah. That's funny. That's actually one of the tattoos that I want to fucking get.
Well, that's the full quote.
Yeah,
I thought it
Jack
was
of all trades, master of none, but still better than the master of one.
I think Z's is just jack off. Right? That's his tattoo.
Jack
he wants.
ass? What?
He's jacking
Oh.
on. Jacking off.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the most part, we can all agree that this year ended up in quite a weird place. We didn't expect it to be here, but
Andrew Tate.
Andrew
Took us
Tate,
home.
yeah, of all
Took
people,
us home.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode of Preferences and References presents OnlyPodz. With Einstein decided to leave early. Boyd, thanks for being here today. Tenna, pleasure as always. Guys, have yourself a happy new year if you hear this in time. If you don't, then it's going to be really confusing. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.